1, 2, 3, 4. Down to the VHS. VHS out of the VHS. It's the 18 of my big stuff. Cause I was out of the house doing stuff. No easy Wi-Fi blemishes, but I guess that's the way it goes. Down to the VHS. VHS out of the VHS. Got no money, smoking crack, saving up for the Betamax. Down to the VHS. VHS out of the VHS.
Oh no, that's happened as well. There it is. Hello! Wait.
And welcome to Obscure Tape Time, the show where we watch VHS in their entirety and invite you to suffer along with us.
From start to finish.
I'm Bat, this is Pete, and today we have special guest, where's my finger? MzBat. Looking lovely.
Hi.
Hi, we'll get to you in a second. First, hey, what have you been up to this week, Pete?
Not much. Not
Any
really been sleeping or anything, so I'm just tired.
Terrible stories about why?
No,
No,
just not sleeping.
nothing?
Story of my life.
Ah, no stories from Pete this week.
Afraid not. I'm a very boring person most of the time.
After our 100th episode, I said I'm going to take some time off from VHS for the weekend.
You didn't, did you?
And on Thursday, the very next day, MzBat and I went thrifting. We got a load of VHS from the Lara Op Shop. 2 big boxes full. We paid $40.
Fucking
It
hell.
wasn't that much interesting. It was mainly movies, a couple of X-Rentals. I think Addams Family came from there. Some X-Rental Addams Family. And then we went out to Grovedale. And we got 2 big boxes of VHS. And we paid $7. And it was full of so much cool stuff. Some horror movies. It had a whole box of pre-recorded blank tapes. A whole box of pre-recorded blank tapes, and some of them were home movies. And I did a thing on the Discord where I posted a picture from every one of the home tapes where they left off. And yeah, one of the home tapes actually turned out to be somebody I know.
Funny that.
But anyway, we have MzBat here. And why are you here, MzBat? Tell us about yourself.
I can't see the screen, by the way.
That's okay.
It should just be blue right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I'm here because I have an EGVCR thingy connected thing on my face because I have seizures, and they're trying to figure out why.
Lady.
Pardon?
You're a sexy cyborg lady. Show off your wires.
Okay, that's all my wires.
Whoa.
And it's connected all
Well,
with the
why a
wires in
ponytail?
an umbilical cord. And then I have these packs that's all connected to. And I have a huge ass camera that has to film me all the time.
It's not a huge ass camera. It's a little small camera, but it's connected to a
Well,
computer
yeah.
that's recording
Yeah.
wirelessly the pack that she's got, as well as full video. We have to sit in front of it the whole time
That's pretty interesting.
Yep.
for 5 days.
Even when we sleep.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, so they're
Are there any games on it? Can you play?
only Doom. It only runs Doom.
That's fair. That makes sense. Can it transmit Doom straight into your brain?
Yeah, with those wires. That's what they're doing.
That's what they're actually for, right?
Yeah, so we're trying to find out why my wife has seizures.
When we could have just watched these videos instead.
And we were looking down the shed, and we found a couple of epilepsy tapes, and I thought, hey, let's give them a go.
Definitely.
So we looked at this one. This is just an understanding epilepsy tape.
That one will be riveting, I can tell.
The guy who introduces it has a... You know how it comes up with their name on the screen?
Mm-hmm.
Says that he's Dr. whatever. And then I looked him up, and I saw that he was presenting for the 7:30 report in New South Wales. I'm like, is he a doctor that became a presenter, or a presenter that also is a doctor?
Or is he a presenter that pretends to be a doctor?
Yeah, is it a pretendy thing where they put up a pretendy thing? Anyway, is that enough?
I think that's enough.
That's enough? Alright, let's go.
Let's start it before the headphones turn off.
They're good now.
Mind control? Heck yeah, dude. The government.
Understanding mind
You're probably watching this video because you've recently found out you have epilepsy,
Why is this
or you
broken?
know someone
Maybe.
who does. While epilepsy is a common condition, affecting about 1 in every 200 Australians,
Got a bit
there are
hot. He had to
probably
take off
still
his
many
jacket.
things you'd like to
Of course he
know
did.
about epilepsy. Hi, I'm Edward Grieve. I'm here today to talk with some people who have epilepsy.
Is he related
and
to
talk with
Peter
them about
Grieve?
how they first felt when they found out they had epilepsy, and also what changes, if any, they've had to make to their lifestyle because of it. But first, let's find out what epilepsy actually is. Our brains control our thoughts, emotions, and movements by constantly sending messages.
That
to
brain's
nerve
got
cells.
all sorts of things
However,
in it.
sometimes certain
bugs or
events
something.
Like
can
mine.
cause some of the nerve cells to send messages in an unusual or uncontrolled way. This uncontrolled
God damn
activity,
it.
called a seizure, can cause changes in behavior or movement and may even lead to loss of consciousness.
Yep.
Lots of different things can cause seizures, including something as simple as just a knock to the head.
Only thing I really remember
one in
about the
20
seizure that I
people
had
will have a seizure
was
at
just
some
the
stage
absolute
in their
fucking
life.
agony when I
But
woke
if a
up.
person has 3 or
You had a
more
seizure?
seizures, or is likely
Yeah,
to have more
it was
seizures,
probably like 18,
then
19
they are
or
said
something.
to have epilepsy.
Wow.
As you'll see throughout this video, there are many different forms of epilepsy, and generally they can
All I
be
remember
well
is just how
controlled
much it
by
fucking
appropriate
hurt.
medication. And
Actually,
making
no, that's
use
not
of
true. I also
Yeah.
remember the song that was playing on the radio.
With me
just
here
before
are
it
4
happened.
people who have different types of
Oh.
epilepsy.
Did you get
I might just
investigated?
ask each of you to
No.
introduce yourselves and to tell us how you
Okay.
felt when you first
No, I
were
just
diagnosed
sort of
as
woke
having
up and
epilepsy. Paul.
Hi, my
Hurt
name's
a lot.
Stick around and
I
we'll
was
walk
first
through
diagnosed
Sam's
in
fit
the second year of
epilepsy
my high school.
seizure thingies
And, for
between
me, at
videos.
least, it was a pretty devastating
In the meantime,
experience.
look at this guy's
I
mustache.
was a very keen sportsman, and I was a
Looks
swimmer,
like half
in
of his
fact,
beard.
a zone representative. And
The other
He's
half
got a
is
half
still
beard?
blonde.
lifestyle changes that I had to make. I was
One day I'll do
more
half beard for the
angry than
show.
shocked, I guess, when I was diagnosed as having epilepsy. I was glad they found what was wrong with me, and I guess that's the most important part of my story. But I was pretty angry.
Thanks, Paul.
He was
Thanks.
so angry he went out and bought
I've
a
actually
tweed
had
vest.
epilepsy all my life. It wasn't until I was actually in year 7, 12 years old,
It's just,
when I was actually
Jeff is
first
double
diagnosed.
deadening.
But until then, I'd
Not
been
cool,
having
Jeff.
like minor seizures, which I was fully conscious for. So I'd
damn.
been going around thinking that everyone was like seeing these flashing lights that I was seeing, so it wasn't any great big deal.
Yeah, that makes more
and
sense,
then-
right?
But then when it was
guess.
actually diagnosed for me,
Now we're all
I
kind
see
of
people
looking in
that
the
are not
same
there.
direction.
it wasn't
The wrong
a
direction.
devastating loss for me
Yeah.
or anything like that. It was actually something that was quite exciting to be going in and finding out you've got this thing that no one else has. Different people view it in different ways, but I was actually quite excited by it.
Thanks, Jeff.
He
Pam?
gets excited
Hi, I'm
about his
Pam.
seizures.
I'd been having seizures for quite a considerable time without being aware of what they were. Eventually it was diagnosed as epilepsy. The impact on the children, I think, was the main thing.
And how did you actually feel when you found out that it was epilepsy?
Yeah,
We
a
do.
shock,
We do.
but it was also a relief.
'Cause it's
At
the
least
7th
I knew
year
what
we've
was
been
going
alive.
on, which helped.
And how did it affect
in
the family?
school.
In school.
My daughter is still worries. She's
Not
concerned
counting.
if I'm out by myself or
Prep.
something will go wrong and
Or
she's
Kindle,
not there.
depending on where
My
you are.
son's okay about it. My daughter still worries.
Okay. Thanks, Pam.
Thank you.
Kylie?
Thanks, Pam.
Hi, I'm Kylie. I've had epilepsy A for a short time, and I was at university when I first started having problems with my memory, and I had no idea why. And a few
This is
people
all
have
an
put it
excuse
down
for
to
late homework
stress
going awry, right?
amnesia, because it was
Totally.
around my exams time.
See?
And after that, I started having strange turns, and in the end,
All right,
I
thanks
had
for
to leave
stopping in,
university
Coca.
because I was having too many of them. They didn't decide it was epilepsy for quite a while because they were, taking a few things into account. But relieved that it was under a heading, put it that way. All my symptoms actually were something that, I'd heard of.
You had a name you could put to it.
Yes, well, exactly.
Okay, now, you all have different types of epilepsy. Would you like to explain to me just what happens when you have a seizure?
No dubs.
Paul, your
No
type of
drop-ins.
seizures are
No
the
dubs.
type that most people think of when they think of epilepsy, aren't they?
Who was saying that bit anyway,
I have
the
what's
tree?
termed tonic-clonic seizures. I guess
the
the simple
picnic
way
mat.
to explain that is
picnic
tonic means
blanket, that's what's saying
tightening
it.
or stiffening, and clonic is the typical.
Get off
stretching
me!
People see. For me, I'm lucky in a way because I have what's called an aura or a warning about before my seizure commences.
What colour
I
is
get a
it?
funny smell
aura
and a taste in my
Is the
mouth.
aura
Put it
Blue.
down, it actually
angry
smells a little bit
person?
like garlic. It smells a little bit like garlic. It tastes a little bit like garlic. And then I get a funny
Garlic?
Mine would be
That's
that
great.
of a
in the
tired
right
person.
hand. After
So if
that,
you
I
eat
don't
your
really
spaghetti
know
just
much
as you're
about what
having a
happens
seizure,
to me because
taste
I
garlicky,
actually become
and you'll choke to
unconscious.
death.
So what have people said
No.
happens to you? People that observe you.
Sure. They say that I fall down, and then they say that I do a lot of shaking and thrashing on the ground. Hey, but that's okay. I've got used to that over the years. At the
He can
first
take
few
the bump.
times, it's very embarrassing.
Okay, thanks. Now, Pam, you
Thanks, moving
occasionally
on.
have tonic-clonic
Jeff's thinking
seizures,
about
don't
what
you? But
amazing thing
usually
he's
your
gonna say
seizures
next.
take a different form.
It's like, how do I word this without sounding like an idiot?
Have numbness in the hands, a feeling of warmth over my body. One limb will feel heavier than another. The sense of taste and smell alters. And I've been told that on occasions, or quite frequently, I totally and utterly blank out for minutes at a time, and I wander into the neighbour's garden, down the street. I have no awareness of that
That's
at all.
scary.
I just find myself somewhere,
That is
not having had a
so
clue how I
dangerous.
got there.
Jeff, your seizures are
wanna
usually
live
of
near a
simple
highway.
partial type. What actually
Train
happens when
tracks.
you have a seizure?
Well, I actually have two different sorts. I have a minor one, which is where I see like a bright flashing light just up in the top corner of my eye.
You sure it's
and
not
I'm fully
aliens?
conscious during it. I could be talking to you now, and I'll just be
That'd be
seeing this
amazing.
bright flashing light like a
That
sparkler.
was 2
effect
episodes
just
ago.
up
Food for
here.
thought.
And that'll last
Yeah, now
for
I'm a
couple of minutes
believer.
and then it'll go
I don't
away.
believe in sickness and disease anymore. I
And
just
then
believe in
when I'll
aliens.
go into like a major seizure, it'll start off with the bright sparkler just up here. That'll come down. It'll take up like my full vision, and like it'll all be distorted. And then
Sure you
I'll go
went
into
at a
things
party?
like I'll start seeing visions within the distortion, but then that lasts for a while, and then I just sort of everything just sort of literally fades to black, and I just sort of black
That's
out.
what we do
That's when
here.
I go into the seizure.
Did he say literally and then put his fingers
Kylie,
up
what
like
actually
that?
happens when you have a seizure?
Well,
Yeah, it's from the
normally I
90s,
go
right? Or the
along
early
like
2000s.
Jeff,
That's when the word
And
literally
it'd be
lost all
like-
meaning.
a
These
nervous
words
feeling I
like
get in
that,
my
they just
stomach,
keep
like
changing
nervous
back and
about
forward,
a
whether
race
they're
at
like
athletics or
legitimate or not.
something. And
That was
that normally
one
moves.
of my high school
I get a
experiences. That was a
sensation
very
moves
popular
from my stomach
word.
up to my head,
Very popular.
and then after that I
Yeah.
don't remember anything. But from what I've been told,
You know, like saying, I
start
literally
fiddling
died.
with my
It's like, no, you
hands.
didn't, because you're right here,
and I
mate.
lick my lips a lot.
Exactly.
And after that, I can be walking around, but I wouldn't know anything about it. Wouldn't recognise anybody. I'd just be wandering around with no purpose, or I could be sitting down. I could be doing anything, like going for a run, or just watching television. It doesn't really matter. I can have them anywhere, and all of a
Bugger.
sudden I just have no purpose in what I'm doing. I'll just stop. I might look around and I can't talk properly, I slur. And
How aware are you?
No,
at
that's
the
just the
time
piss.
of
no,
What's happening?
I have no idea.
No.
I think it's an Adelaide
No
accent,
awareness at all.
actually.
I'm not unconscious on the ground.
And you don't remember any of this later
No.
on?
That
I
kind
have no
of
idea. I remember
slightly
things
Kath and
leading
Kimmy
up to
thing.
it,
There'll be
and
no
then I wake up, basically, and it's
disparaging
just
of
in my memory,
the people of
basically,
Radelaide.
and after
They've got it
that,
hard enough.
I didn't say
I
that was bad. I
tend to
said
be a
I
little
think
bit
that's where
emotional.
accent's
I'm
from.
They have
confused and I normally just go to bed and sleep
Nothing to
off.
do there.
Well, we've certainly
All right,
seen a
Pat.
variety of things can happen when a seizure occurs. Everyone's experiences are different, even though they're all classed as epilepsy. Has epilepsy changed what you can and can't do? I mean, are there certain things that you must do to control your seizures?
One of the things that triggers my seizures is a lack of sleep.
Yeah.
I'd be fucked then, wouldn't I?
I need a good 8 hours a 8 hours a day. In fact,
Oh,
and I have been known to nap on the weekend.
Oh, surely not.
Indeed.
How about food, regular food? Is that important?
It is to me.
Is it fun?
Yes.
What happens if you skip a meal?
I think it's pretty important
I know
to
I'm
most
headed
people.
for more seizures.
I think so
at
too.
night.
Food.
Yes.
True,
Thrown
true.
into that is if I've been working long hours
Yeah.
and long hours, lack of sleep,
Okay.
Disaster.
food
Yeah.
imbalance. Yeah, it's
All
all
about
way.
routine.
What
Whose
happens
brilliant
to you if
idea
you
was
find
it to
you-
have
you
this
just
meeting
skip
on
some
a picnic
medication
rug
maybe once or
on a
twice?
not even that
Is
bright
that
of a
important?
day?
Yes, it's.
Well, they probably
nothing
planned
wrong.
it like months in advance.
If you skip medication,
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically asking for a seizure to come along.
What's up, Chris?
Sometimes we do things.
Just
Hey,
Do we?
Chris.
once you might be okay, but if it becomes a habit, it's really.
Have you fallen into that trap?
I'd be lying if I said no.
Yes.
You know.
Our doctors tell us that we shouldn't drink at all, but I mean,
Hook
it's
it
nice
up.
to sit down with a glass
Weed.
of red wine and a steak.
Yeah.
And for me, at least, I've never been a heavy drinker anyway. Obviously, I wasn't drinking when I was diagnosed, or I shouldn't have been.
Or I shouldn't have.
Exactly. And
Oh, he's not an alcoholic. It's
But I
fucking Australian,
have
eh?
friends of mine who have epilepsy who do have a few drinks. and it
Something,
can
something,
play
20 to 8 in the morning.
a
Yeah.
significant part in their lives.
Have any of you had any particular problems with the issue of driving?
No, I haven't.
No, Jeff?
I still can't.
This is a
drive at
touchy
this stage.
subject
You're not
because if
allowed
they
to
answer
drive.
yes, they
No,
have to
it's
hand in their
the
license.
set.
Isn't that right,
Seizures
MzBat?
and driving, I'm
Yeah.
still within that time span.
Yeah, mine's on suspension at the moment until they
in a
figure out
little
what's
while
going on.
soon, I
So you're
should be
hopeful.
driving. Hopefully, yes. I've been very lucky in that the doctor that my local GP, he's been very supportive. He's very personal.
Mhm. That's definitely a
and
clip out.
Yeah, he's very up on his epilepsy knowledge. And he referred me on to a neurologist who, as soon
I
as,
see.
as he got a hold of me,
Damn
he
specialists.
took it by the grips
Yeah.
and sort of he had me contacting him every week, letting him know exactly how many seizures I
We're all
had.
special,
Based
dumbass.
on that information, he'd increase
Just
his
because you know a
medication
few things about
until we've
brains
reached
or
a point
toes,
now where, I'm
Toes
not
make
having
you
any
special.
seizures
There's
anymore
probably a
because
toe
of
specialist
medication.
somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So, I was
Didn't
very
you want to be a
impressed
toe
with that.
specialist?
Yeah, it's my
Well, for
dream.
you, how important is
I'm
the
speaking from
Epilepsy
a place of
Association?
envy here.
It's been very important. The Epilepsy Association has
Yeah.
a lot of information, and what's good about the information that they have is that it's very current.
I think I used to wear a vest like that.
Brain and toe specialist.
It's fairly old. and they
Specific.
use
Nothing else. While I'm here, dog. Nah, don't want to hear it. But my arm is broken. No, nope.
Who are
I'll have none of that.
very available and will help you
Show me your toes.
and your family and your friends all through this.
We've shown enough toes on this shows.
Pam,
Yeah, we
do you
have.
any instances of discrimination or
But my
problems?
foot hurts.
Yes, I've
What part of the foot?
been working. I've
Just right here at the heel.
place
Fuck
for
off.
12 months.
Get out of my
Left the
office.
job permanently, and it took all of that length of time before they realised that I wasn't going to fall
That
downstairs,
specialist
my
nails
legs
it.
weren't
God
going
damn
to
it.
Anything, hurt anybody, and that took a year
To become full-time?
to become full time. Yeah.
And how did you feel about the process that you had to go through to prove to them that you could do the job?
I thought it was totally unreasonable. I hadn't made any mistakes. They just didn't know what to expect. They do now. I've taught them.
I had a lot of trouble for about 15 months finding
Them's
work
fighting words.
because I think it
They
was
are.
like, people panic when they hear that someone in their workplace has got epilepsy because they imagine them on the floor, hitting their head, falling downstairs.
A classic
know.
stereotype.
Yeah, it is a stereotype and it starts at school.
When I was at school, the vocational guidance
Maybe if they just
counsellor said
taught
to my mother
everybody
that,
in school
because
first
my
aid.
epilepsy was so bad and I was having
Exactly.
quite a
Like
number of
properly.
seizures that I
And
wouldn't
how to
feel,
do your taxes.
good for
I
any
mean, not
teacher,
that that's
and
really a problem in this
that
country.
She should consider putting
Still,
me in placing
it's something
me
that we all
into
got to
a-
do. And
If you need a tax man to do your tax for you, you can afford it.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm glad my mother said no. That's obviously wrong information. And hey, now I'm doing
It took
doctoral
about
studies
6
in
clicks or
management.
less to do
I'm
my
the
tax
director
this
of
year.
nursing.
Yeah?
Been nursing a long time,
Ah.
so we
I remember
proved
back
them
when I
wrong,
did it, I
and
had to
it's
do it with
taken me
a
a long
pen.
time to get where I am.
Now you just check
I've
some
had to work
boxes
a
and
little harder.
write a number in
We
another
don't need to
box.
teach them that
But
crap
epilepsy
anymore then.
shouldn't
Bloody.
be a barrier to
Yeah, it's
achieving
very,
your
very
goals.
simple. If you have like a bunch of assets,
We've
you
seen that
probably
while epilepsy comes
will
in
have a
many
hard time,
forms, it
but
certainly doesn't mean
as I
you have
said,
to stop enjoying
if you
life.
need one, if you need someone to do your tax
Before
for
we
you,
go,
you can
I'd just
probably
like to
afford
remind
it.
you of some important points you should remember about epilepsy. While anybody can have a seizure, epilepsy is a tendency to have repeated seizures. Epilepsy isn't a mental illness, and you can't catch it.
Hear that, Sam? You're not mentally ill.
It's important to take your
I
medication
am,
regularly
and
to
I'll
No.
explain
keep
that
the
later.
seizures under control.
It's just, it's a
And you
double
should also
stack.
Make sure you get enough
Oh,
sleep
God.
too. If you have any questions about epilepsy, please talk to your doctor or contact.
Did they not
your
even have any
Epilepsy
snacks?
Association.
Oh, the
And
rug
remember,
was Jeff's.
Epilepsy is just part of your life. Don't let it stop you being.
Oh no, wait, everyone had their own rug?
Where's the... Goober, where's the snacks?
Yeah, they made sure they didn't leave any rubbish. They said they had to
By
eat
Black
regularly.
Magic. Produced by Black Magic.
Love that.
Nice little thing.
Hell
Do
yeah.
we have any black magic videos? We have magic videos, but do we have anyone doing like the dark arts?
We have Jeff's one where he talks about how it's in rock.
Ooh.
No, we already watched that one.
Yeah,
It's
we
okay.
did. We did.
What?
It was pretty bad. That was not a good video.
Alright. Now we know a lot more about epilepsy. Hey, MzBat, you want to talk about the first time you had a seizure?
Yes.
Is that an interesting story you'd like to tell? Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. First time I had it, I had to, I was having, bad things with my blood sugar, and we had to get that investigated, and then we found out I had non-diabetic hypoglycemia, but when I first got tested, they had to do the glucose shot and everything, and I had to fast, and then afterwards, we were sitting down outside, I had something in my mouth, and I started to seize.
was
But
an
do you want
Oreo.
to tell them how?
Yeah, because
No,
you
yeah, what
don't
happened?
you don't remember anything after that. So we came out of
No.
the testing area, went down in the elevator, you felt terrible and sat down, thought that it was your blood sugars because they did starve you and then just kick you out of the place and send you on your way. Drank
Well,
too
they
much
gave me
water too
sugars,
quickly,
yeah.
and then had an Oreo to try and get a little bit of sugar back. And then all of your muscles tensed, your Oreo came out of your mouth, your head went back, made a weird noise and started convulsing in the middle of the supermarket. So thanks doctors for that. And then we just kind of sat with you until you wake up. So you can take the rest of the story because you were saying shit and doing stuff, and I kind of picked you up and took you to the chemist so that they could check you over. But aside from that, you were walking consciously, but you don't remember any of that either, do you?
No, not at all. And then second one, it was about a couple of months later, and I was sitting on the couch, and poor Chris was over here, and I was just cuddling into you, but I started to see things like people that were on TV that actually weren't there, and then all I remember was waking up and the ambulance people were here, and they were talking to me, but I couldn't respond, and it was like a daze where you can't see anything, everything's black, and then all of a sudden your brain sort of clicks back on really slowly, and then you start to hear voices, and then your eyes start to focus and see someone, and that's when I saw them, and they took me to the hospital, and yeah, and they just put me in a room with someone else, and that was it. They didn't check me over much at all. they did in the ambulance. They were great in the ambulance, but at the hospital it wasn't much. And then I just went home the next day, and that was it. But I was referred to a neurologist and whatnot. But we sort of found out that when I have the full-on convulsions, seizures, is that it's when my blood sugars go too low, and we didn't know how to fix that. But I see other specialist to help. But then I started to get awake seizures. I don't know exactly what they're called, but it's
And that's
where
what
I'm
we're
fully
studying.
conscious. Pardon?
And that's what we're studying now.
Yeah, because I'm fully conscious, but I start to convulse and I can't help it. But I can still talk and know what's going on, and that's what we're trying to figure out now, what that one is.
It'd be kind of funny if we did some blood transfusions with James, because you're on the opposite spectrums of each other when it comes to your things. But something you missed out is you saw demons on the movie we were watching. We were watching a horror movie, but it wasn't one with demons this time. And also, you forgot who Chris was when he was sitting on the other side of the couch. You're like, there's people.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, you forgot that since then as well.
No, I don't remember that. No.
And then I took Chris to the pub. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
How are we going to keep this light? I don't know. But anyway. Sorry.
With some calling cards.
With some calling cards. Well, we have another one. This one's huge. Big old box. Sorry, I'm getting speech jammed. Is the headphones supposed to the microphone? No, they're over there. Never mind. It's alright. Oh, they're too loud.
Oh, good.
I got this one from a lady off of Gumtree. She was the one that she contacted me a couple of times with a pile of medical stuff. Most of our medical videos that we'll be watching from now on are from her. She just collected them up from nursing places and stuff and then decided to give them to me. In a creepy kind of way, but I kind of like it. She tries to sell them, and then I negotiate the price down, and then when we rock up, she just gives them to me and doesn't accept any money, and then just chats with me for a while.
Nice.
Maybe she's just lonely.
I have no problem.
Maybe she's just lonely.
Great. But I do love the huge...
Let's invite her on for an episode.
So just for scale, this is already a big hard case, and this is a big soft case, so it's like huge. But the reason it's huge is because it comes with things. Did I already put... Yeah, I already put this out. You want to read the letter? It comes with a letter.
Alright. Oh, geez, okay. I'll read it when it's playing, just because the headphones. We don't want them to turn off, right?
Oh, no, they're fine now, because we're talking.
Okay. March 1996.
96.
Dear Doctor, we at Park Davis Neurology Care are pleased to bring you the Epilepsy in Your Life kit. This kit has been developed in consultation with a number of leading Australian neurologists, as well as the Epilepsy Association of New South Wales.
So this is a whole kit.
Boo.
Okay.
New South Wales, boo. Fuck New South Wales.
Oh. We have friends.
Boy is where it's at, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but they're like, you boo your rival. Even if you get along with them, you boo them. Like,
okay, we're just being heels, as long as it's understood.
Bret Hart was face in Canada and heel in America. Shawn Michaels was babyface in the US and he was heel in Canada. It's the same deal.
Okay. Boo.
Yeah, boo. Epilepsy in Your Life has been designed to address questions and worries that patients with epilepsy, particularly those who are newly diagnosed, express. It is not intended to take the place of the information and support that you will provide. Mm-hmm. Rather, Epilepsy in Your Life will provide patients with reassurance. It says arse in it, so I just had to, and essential facts to help them understand their epilepsy and minimize distress. Although primarily directed at patients in the 12+ age group, Epilepsy in Your Life is also a useful tool. Is also useful for educating family members, friends, and even community or school groups. Okay. The kit comprises two components: the video,
which is a grey.
It's like a proper grey one. That
which is cool.
I think any time I've ever seen one of those, it's like been in schools and that kind of thing. So I feel like that's just what educational tapes look like.
Well, the ones that were mass produced for New South Wales were. See, that's a normal black.
Yeah, exactly.
Different color. Yeah.
Okay. The video Understanding Epilepsy features a discussion between four people with epilepsy. While it provides some information, the video focuses mainly on how it feels to have epilepsy, how diverse seizures can be, and reassurance that epilepsy is not a barrier to enjoying a full and active life. The booklet, Things You Should Know, complements the video and provides basic information about the condition, seizure types, the importance of medication. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and I got one for MzBat too. Here.
And lifestyle adaptations.
I'll just pass it over. Hold on. There we go.
The video is intended to be lent to your patient to view at home, hopefully with family or friends. Patients should retain the booklet, but should return the video to you, allowing you a chance to follow up management and giving the patient an opportunity to ask any questions they may have. Of course, you may wish to show the video in your surgery or at community meetings too, perhaps distributing the booklet at the same time. I hope that you and your patients will find epilepsy in your life a valuable and encouraging source of information and support for this difficult condition. Yours faithfully, Samantha Gregson.
Cool. It's got comics on the back of the thing.
They got comic books?
Yeah, we should get those on the shirt or something. That's cool. So we've got some booklets to read through while we watch the videos. This is a full kit. We can cancel our specialist appointments then.
No, you can. We can free call this number.
Oh dear. We're
And
going to
they'll
get another pack. Yeah, let's do that after the video. It'll be hilarious. We'll read through it while we watch the video like we're meant to. Are we ready?
Copyright 1996.
96. Alright. Great video. Yeah.
I wonder how far it's all come since then, like all the studies and stuff. Jacques Rougeau was a heel in Canada and USA, but it's insanely based in Quebec.
We can go ask for more videos. We still got a couple of
that'd be
Ape
cool.
Sentai's other medical videos sitting in the shed that we haven't gotten to yet. The one of
When we
them's
go
3 hours.
specialists, we should actually ask for videos if they have any in the back.
You're probably watching this video because you've recently found out you have epilepsy, or you know
I did!
someone who does. While epilepsy is
Maybe I was
common
having a seizure when they told me.
affecting about 1 in every
forgot.
200 Australians, there are probably still
get the
many
joke?
things you'd like to know about epilepsy. Hi, I'm Edward Grieve.
Wait,
I'm here
did I
today
miss
to
what he
talk
said?
with some people who have epilepsy
It's the
and talk
same
with them
video.
about how they first felt
Oh,
when
is
they
it?
found out they had epilepsy.
I didn't even notice!
Changes, if any,
So it didn't
that
work
affect
because you
their
weren't paying
lifestyle
attention this
because
Yeah,
of
that's
it.
right.
But
Now you get to
first,
pay
let's
attention
find
and
out
we get
what
to read a
epilepsy
booklet while we do
actually
it.
is. Our brains control our thoughts,
But check it out. One of them came as like a little hard copy that just is the video. And this one came with this full pack of all this stuff. And it's the same 16-minute video.
Yeah, that's like that'll be the home edition, the one that gets, you know.
And this is the one for like teachers and medical professionals.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Something like that anyway.
Behavior or movement.
But I went through all of them going, oh cool, like 2 videos. And it's like, yeah, fuck it, we'll do it
Lots
anyway.
of different things can cause
I mean,
seizures,
things to...
including something as
I generally wouldn't have noticed until they were sitting on the mat, honestly.
One
should've
in 20 people
I couldn't.
will have a seizure at some stage.
That would have been
in
a
their
funny
life.
moment of, what?
But if a
Wait.
person
Oh, I'm
has 3 or more
sorry,
seizures,
I jumped.
or is likely to have more seizures, then they are said to have epilepsy. As you'll see throughout this video, there are many different forms of epilepsy, and generally they can be well controlled
Alright.
by appropriate medication
I'll try and find
making a
something
few
interesting
simple
in this
lifestyle
booklet then.
changes. With me here are 4 people who have different types of epilepsy. I might just ask each
Should
of you
I
to
tell people
introduce
about my
yourselves
epilepsy?
and to tell us
No,
how
you
felt
should
when you
not.
first were
Keep it a
diagnosed
secret,
with
and it will
epilepsy.
be a lovely surprise
Hi,
for the
my name's
people at the
Paul.
parties you attend.
I was
Oh,
first
whoa.
diagnosed in.
I get
reading
so
about
worried
during my
about
high
that going
school,
anywhere and all of a
and,
sudden I
for
have
me
one.
at
I've
least,
been
it
very
was a
embarrassed
pretty
too.
devastating
Mine
experience.
have always been
I was a very
very
keen sportsman,
close quarters
and
thing and not many people
I was
can
a
see.
swimmer, in fact, a zone.
How can epilepsy be controlled?
And so there was lots of
First,
lifestyle
you need
changes
to
that I had
dominate it.
make.
Mm.
I was
Tell it you
more
hate it.
angry than shocked, I
Let it
guess,
know
when I was
that it's your
diagnosed
bitch and
as
not the
having
other way around.
epilepsy.
This is pretty
I was glad
informative.
They
Yeah.
found what was wrong with me, and I
Absent
guess
seizures.
that's
Go away.
the most
Absent
important part of my
seizures?
Yeah,
story.
children-
But I was pretty angry.
May have absent
I didn't realize there were
seizures.
so
Hi, my
many
name's
Where they
different
lose
types.
consciousness.
I'm pretty sure there'd
I've
be
actually
a
had
lot more
epilepsy all my
now
life.
than back then that they
It wasn't
recognise.
until
They
I was
fall
actually
over on
in,
Twitch.
year 7
We're on Twitch, oh
Yeah.
god.
when I was actually first.
A child with
diagnosed, but,
absent
until
seizures
then,
may be
I've been
mistaken
having,
as a
like,
daydreamer, which is
minor
kind of funny
seizures,
because when we put
which
absinthe in
I
you
was fully
and
conscious
sent you
for.
to school, you were
So
daydreaming all
I'd been
day.
going
I was
around
not
thinking
daydreaming,
that
I was just
everyone
passed
was,
out.
like, seeing these
Attention.
flashing
Yeah,
lights and everything,
no,
so it wasn't any great big deal.
Of course you were.
Triggers for seizures.
And then,
Lack of
but then
sleep,
when it was actually
stress,
diagnosed for
forgetting
me,
to take your epilepsy medication. They had to write
wasn't
that one
a
down.
devastating loss for me or
It
anything
seems
like
like
that. It was
a-
They
actually
even mentioned
something
that in the
was quite
video. You have to
exciting,
take them,
to be
otherwise
going
you're in
and
trouble.
finding out you've got
Yeah,
this
which
thing
kind of
that no
makes
one
me
else
think
has.
that this is sponsored by a
Different
particular
people
drug.
view it in different ways. But I was
Neurologic.
actually quite
No,
That's
it's
why
not.
too when they
Thanks,
say
Jeff.
the absent
Pam?
seizures, the
Hi, I'm
daydreamer,
Pam.
you know how some of them say that they
I've been
walk,
having
like this lady and the one
seizures
beside her?
quite a considerable
Hmm.
A
time.
lot of them
Yep.
probably
Without
think,
being
yeah, they're
aware of what they were.
sleepwalking, probably.
Eventually, it was diagnosed
Well, maybe that's a
as
form of epilepsy. I think that's what they're saying.
Well, yeah, that's what it says.
The
It might
impact on the
be
children, I think, was the main
absent
thing.
seizures.
And how did you actually feel?
The easy
when
way
you
to
found
see
out
if
that
it's
it was
sponsored, by the way, is to look in the
Um,
section about
a
medication.
shock.
Yeah, to
Also,
control your
but
seizures
at least
effectively,
I
a
knew
certain
what was
amount of the
going on,
medication needs to be present in your
which
body.
helped.
Yeah, but basically, like, if it was sponsored, it would
Oh,
have
okay,
a
it's
trademark
saying-
Yeah,
or
yeah.
an or a
Concerned,
reserved or
I'm out by
whatever.
myself,
Yeah, it's
something
not.
will
It's
go
just
wrong,
by the
she's not there.
association.
My
That's good.
son's okay about it.
Yeah.
My daughter's still worried.
Is this government produced, maybe?
Thank you.
Neurological
Hi, I'm
Care
Kylie.
Society.
I've had
thing.
epilepsy
It says
only
on
for
there.
a
Ooh.
short time, and
Yeah, but
not
it's,
meant to
uh,
take
I wonder.
I was at
It's
university when I
funded by
first
the
started
government.
having problems with my memory. And I
With
had
was
no
that?
idea why, and
medication?
Oh.
a few people had put it down
Because it
to
might
stress
interrupt it.
amnesia because it was around my exams time. And after that, I started having strange turns. And in the end, I had to leave university because I was having too many of them. They didn't decide it was epilepsy for quite a while because they were, taking a few things into account. But relieved that it was under a heading, put it that way. All my symptoms actually were something that, I'd heard of.
You had a name you could put to it.
Yes, well, exactly.
How else can epilepsy be
now,
controlled? It
you all
says
have
right
different
here,
types of epilepsy.
just don't have
Would you like to
seizures.
explain to me
Oh
just
yeah,
what
have you
happens
tried just
when-
not having epilepsy?
Ah.
type of
Do you think
seizures are
everybody on
type
this
that most
picture
people
has
think of
epilepsy?
when they think of epilepsy, aren't they?
Do you think anybody on that picture has epilepsy?
Just random stock
No.
image.
Stock
No.
I
image.
guess a simple way
No,
to
that's one of those
explain it is
bands from the
tonic
late
means
90s.
tightening or
It's Hanson.
stiffening,
Yeah,
and
kind of
tonic
that
is
sort
the
of thing, but they
typical
got two
thrashing
girls
around
in
that
it
people
instead.
see.
One of those
No, they just
not
look like
Hanson
girls.
I was lucky
bands.
in a way
Yeah, maybe, but
because
it's one
I
of those.
have,
It's not quite
what's called an
Hanson,
aura
but is
or
Hanson.
a warning about before my seizure commences, and I get a funny smell and a taste in my mouth.
Oh, they couldn't
I put
afford
it down,
enough
it actually
pictures
smells
for
a
their
little bit like
pamphlet either,
garlic.
because
It
you have to
smells a
pay
little
for
bit
each
like
one you use,
garlic
right?
and tastes a little bit
Probably.
like
So this
garlic.
one here,
And then
the
I
close
get
up of two
a
girls
funny
talking with the
numbness in
blue
my-
shirt
in my right,
Yeah.
is
hand.
repeated here,
After
but
that, I
they've
don't
widened
really
it
know
out.
much
There's
about
another
what
one.
happened
There's
to
another
me
dude there.
because that's when I actually become unconscious.
Oh, and then, look,
Different people said
we got this one again. We got
The front cover picture's
Sure.
also in the pamphlet.
They say
Yeah.
that I fall down,
Yep.
and then they say that
What
I
is
do
the
a lot
chick
of
called in the
shaking
front
and thrashing
picture?
on the ground.
In the blue
Hey,
top.
but that's okay.
Green
I've
top,
got used
sorry.
to
Oh,
it
it's
over-
happened again here
over
as
the
well.
years. At the first few times, it's very embarrassing.
this one,
Oh yeah, the
Okay,
beach.
Thanks.
and then this
Now,
one.
Pam,
Close up of
you
the beach and
occasionally
then.
have tonic-clonic seizures,
What were
don't
you
you?
looking
But
for?
usually your seizures take a
that?
different
In
form.
the front
Yes,
picture,
I,
there's a girl
Yeah.
in the
have
green
numbness in
top
the
holding
hands,
something. What's she
feeling
holding?
warmth over my body.
Crux nuts.
One limb will
Ooh.
feel heavy.
She's cruising for a bruising.
Sense of taste and
Yeah.
smell alters. um,
Because you're not meant to drink
and
while
I've been
having
told
seizures.
that on occasions,
Epilepsy,
quite
remember?
frequently, I totally and utterly blank out for minutes at a time, and I wander.
But what the
into
doc
neighbours'
doesn't know won't
garden,
hurt you, right?
Down the street. I
Yeah,
have
exactly.
no awareness of that at all. I
Some
just
forms
find
of
myself somewhere,
epilepsy
not having
can be
had a clue
inherited.
how I got there.
Jeff, your seizures are usually of the simple.
Can you
partial
just
type.
not go to
What
the
actually
room
happens
reading?
when
Or?
you have a seizure?
Yep.
Well, I actually have two different sorts. I have a minor one, which is where I see like a bright flashing light just up in the top corner of my eye, and I'm fully conscious during it. Like I could be talking to you now, and I'll just be seeing this bright flashing light, like a sparkler effect, just up here, and that'll last for a couple of minutes, and then it'll go away. And then when I'll go into like a major seizure, it'll start off with the bright sparkler just up here, that'll come
said
down
he was
and
at a
take up
party.
like
It was
my
loud,
full vision,
bloody hell.
and like it'll all be
I'm
distorted.
obsessed with this lady's hand now.
And then I'll go into things
Because
like,
that's her
I'll
right
start seeing
hand.
visions with
Yeah.
But that on the top
distortion.
doesn't quite look like
But then
thumb and finger to
that,
me.
that
It
lasts
looks
for
like
a while, and then I just sort of everything
Rubber
just
bands,
sort of
maybe.
literally fades to black, and I just sort
Maybe
of
she's
black
one of
out,
those
and that's when
people.
I go into the seizure.
All right.
Like me.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah.
Kylie, what actually happens when you have a seizure?
anyway.
Well, normally I get.
Well, this
a
one's more
warning
zoomed in,
like
so we
Jeff,
can probably get a better
And
idea.
it'd be like a nervous feeling. I get in my
She's-
stomach like I'm nervous about
Is the camera?
a race at athletics or something. And that normally moves.
Like a
Yeah.
I
camera
get a
strap.
sensation that moves
Yeah.
from my stomach up to my head. And then
It
after
looks
that,
like
I
she's
don't
got
remember
a-
anything.
like-
But
Thumb is the
From what
same
I've been
length
told,
as a finger.
I
or
start
something.
fiddling
her
with
thumb
my
is-
hands,
Not visible.
and I lick my lips a lot.
Hands more like that.
And after that,
But
I
it's
can
her
be
right
walking
hand.
around, but I wouldn't know anything
Yeah,
about
so
it.
the.
Wouldn't
Oh,
recognise
wait,
anybody.
oh, you mean down
I'd
there?
I'd just be wandering around.
No,
with
it's just probably like-
purpose. Or I could be sitting down. I
don't
could
know.
be doing anything, like going for a run, or just. watching
This is
television.
now that you
It
mention
doesn't
it.
really matter. I can have them anywhere.
This
and
is very bizarre.
all of a sudden, I just have no
So-
purpose in what I'm doing. I'll just stop. I might look around, and I can't talk properly. I slur.
That's one thing I
And-
do
How
as
aware
well.
are you
Slur
at the
before
time
I
of what's
start.
happening?
I have no
Okay,
idea.
I think I figured it out.
No awareness at all. I'm not
The hand is
unconscious
like
on the ground.
And you don't remember any of this later on?
This.
I have no idea. I
Alright, so
remember
it's not
things
actually
leading
the,
up to
so
it.
there's a bit of finger I
And
can't
when
see
wake
makes
up,
it the same
basically,
length.
There's just a gap in
See
my
that's the finger like
basically,
pointing
and after
straight,
that,
while these ones are all bent.
Yeah,
I tend
okay.
to be a little bit emotional. I'm confused, and I
Like
normally
this-
just go to bed and
this.
sleep it off.
Yeah.
Well,
We're
we've
still talking
certainly
about
seen
the
a
claw
variety of
hands,
things
Sam.
can
We
happen when
ignored
a
your
seizure
thing
occurs.
about
Oh, sorry. So what did you say,
People's
Sam?
experiences are different.
about
Okay.
how
Classed as Has
about how you
changed
slur
what
your
you
speech
can and
because you're
can't
always
do?
high.
I mean, are there certain things...
Oh, wait,
Oh,
because of the
okay,
seizures.
sorry.
Sorry.
Exactly.
It triggers my seizures.
Because you're
is
from
lack of
Adelaide,
sleep.
according to Bat.
Yeah, they're rad.
Yep.
I need a good
That's
8
where
hours
people
a-
slur their
8 hours a
speech.
day. In
That's
fact, and
Oh,
I have been known to nap on the weekend. Indeed.
How about food, regular food? Is that important?
It is to me.
No,
Yes.
What happens if
Yes.
you skip a meal or something?
nothing.
I know I'm headed for more.
I get
seizures,
hungry.
particularly at night. Yes.
Speaking
And
of
thrown
food,
into that
thought this was a
is,
picnic.
Yeah, I know.
working long
We've got the
hours.
rugs.
Exactly.
Where's the snacks?
this is bullshit.
They don't even have drinks.
I'm talking about how food is important, and there is none.
Balance, yeah.
It's
Okay.
all
Away.
about routine.
What happens to you if you find you just
No
skip
carrot
the
sticks and
medication maybe
hummus?
once or twice?
No
Yeah.
salami
Yes,
wrapped
Yes,
around
it's very
cheese.
important.
No
Yummy.
You skip
pretzels.
medication, I mean, that's basically asking for a seizure to come along. You know?
What other things do you take to
Um,
picnics?
What's that?
What other things do you
Just
take to picnics?
Once
Honey
you might be
sandwiches?
okay, but if it becomes a habit, it's really...
Have you fallen into that trap?
Mentos and
I'd be
diet
lying if I
soda?
said no.
Yes.
You know,
Our doctors
Cheese
tell
and
us we
crackers,
shouldn't
maybe?
drink it all, but I mean, it's nice to sit down with a glass of red
Wesley
wine and a
Dale.
steak. And for me, at least, I've never been a heavy
Wednesday Dale.
Taking red
When I was
Jeez.
diagnosed, or I shouldn't have been.
What do you think it says on his
Exactly, and I've
medallion?
never acquired the taste, but I mean, I know
I have
friends of mine who
epilepsy.
have epilepsy
Oh,
and do
it's
have
one of
to
those.
drink, and it
Oh,
does
yeah.
play,
Probably.
You want one of those.
significant, part in their lives.
Have
Yeah, I'm
any
getting
of
a
you had
bracelet
any
one.
particular problems
Yeah.
with the issue of
And
driving?
on his car it says, "Honk if you have seizures."
Honk,
I
honk you if you
drive
have
stage,
auditory
you know,
response induced seizures.
time span that they've set between
Honk.
seizures and driving, I'm still within that time span.
Uh-huh.
But in a little while soon, I
So you're
should be
hopeful.
driving. Hopefully, yes. I've been very lucky in that the doctor that my local GP, he's been very supportive. He's very personal, and yeah, he's very up on his epilepsy knowledge. And he referred me on to a neurologist who,
My
as
neurologist
soon
is
as-
very
as
matter
he
of
got a
fact.
hold
They
of me,
don't stuff around at all.
I mean, he
Yeah, just straight
took
up
a couple of
like,
drips
Hey,
and
Flash
sort
is
of
here and showing you
This
his
is how it
goodies.
is.
contacted me every
Yeah,
week
thanks,
and
Flash.
let
What a
him know
legend.
How many seizures I had. And
Pardon?
based on that information,
all
he
good.
increased the medication until we've reached a point now where I'm not having any seizures anymore because of the medication that I'm on. So I was very impressed with that.
Paul, for you, how important is the Epilepsy Association?
It's been very
Useless.
important.
Fucking
The
useless.
Epilepsy Association has a lot of information.
No,
That's
no, no.
what
This
we
What's
is
good about the
this is
information
sponsored
that
by
they have
that
is that it's very current.
I mean, they are great. How great are
our
they?
local libraries, for example, the literature is.
The
is
best part would be if
very
he was
old
just
and they use
like,
old terminology.
No, they're terrible.
The
They bring us here to this
Epilepsy
field
Association
and
has very
don't
didn't
provide
even-
any snacks.
Not even a pretzel.
No, they don't even
Not
have
even a
steak
bottle of
or
water.
wine.
Available and will
Oh,
help
yeah.
you.
That's why he's bringing it up, the
and
steak
your
and wine. It's
family
because he's
and
hungry
your
from the
friends
picture.
Exactly, he wants it. Just promised it.
Condition.
If you had just brought me a sandwich and a bottle of water, I wouldn't be going to the pub after this.
He was so hungry that
Exactly.
he
I was
almost
working
let
for
out the
Faith for
fact that he
12
was
months.
drinking when he got
I wanted
diagnosed
the
with
job
epilepsy.
permanently.
Yes.
Took
Starved
all of
him
that
into
length of
honesty.
time
Yeah.
Before they realised that I was going to fall downstairs, have accidents, drop anything, hurt anybody, and that took a year.
To become full-time?
Of course I'd be afraid of
And how
that.
did you feel about the process
They just
that
want
you
you
had
to
to
be
go through
safe.
to prove to them that you could do the job?
Sure, but some of them are a bit overbearing.
Unreasonable.
And like, you know that with some companies, they're going to be very,
They just
like,
didn't know what to expect.
they don't actually care.
I've taught them.
They
I
just
had
don't
a
want to
lot
get
of
sued.
trouble as a-
Risk assessment.
for
Yeah,
about
there's
15
lawsuits
months
and everything. They
finding
have to be
work
so careful about it.
because I think it was vague, you know, people panic. when
But
they
if someone
hear that
stops taking
someone
their
with
medication and has a
epilepsy
seizure
epilepsy,
and
'cause
falls on the
they
floor,
imagine them on
I
the
feel
floor,
like the
hitting
company
their
can't be
head,
held
falling
responsible for that,
downstairs.
That's
right?
right. That's right.
Classic
know.
stereotype.
No, I don't
Yeah,
think
it is a
so.
stereotype.
If they were
It
to
starts
put
at
obstacles
school.
in the way,
When I was
that
at
were like,
school,
gee, hope no one hits their head on this thing that I left on the
counsellor
floor, then
said to
maybe.
my mother that,
But
because
if
my
it's
epilepsy was so
a perfectly
bad, I was
clean
having
and
quite a
safe
number of
workplace, then
seizures,
yeah,
that I
it
wouldn't
really shouldn't matter.
good for anything, and that she should
If they
consider
didn't
putting me
disclose
and
it to
placing me
them,
into a
telling them
sheltered
that they
workshop,
have
and that was
epilepsy,
pretty
then it
devastating
wouldn't
for
be the
me and
company's
my
fault
family. I'm glad my mother said no.
True, yeah.
That's obviously wrong information. And hey, now I'm doing doctoral studies in health management. I'm a director of nursing. I've been nursing a long time, so we proved them wrong, and it's taken me a long time to
I
get
remember
where
when
I
we
am.
went to
I've had to
Subway
work a
one
little
time
harder.
back, and we saw a
But
dude, he was
epilepsy
drinking some
shouldn't
cola,
be a
which is the
barrier
wrong
to
thing to do
achieving your
after a
goals.
fit, because he had one.
We've seen that
Do you
while
remember that?
epilepsy comes
Yeah,
in
you
many
saved him
forms,
because
it
I sat on
certainly
my
doesn't
No, we
mean you have to
didn't.
stop
We sat
enjoying
there and we
life.
told the lady behind the
Before
counter
we
to do
go,
something, because
I'd
she
just
had
like to
no idea
remind you
what
of
to
some
do.
important points you
No,
should
you-
remember
But they
about
got the
Advocacy.
epilepsy.
ambulance. But yeah, they gave him a
While
Coke, and I
anybody
don't
can
think they
have a
let her do
seizure,
that.
epilepsy is a tendency to have
I don't know who to
repeated
believe.
seizures.
MzBat, that's not what
Epilepsy isn't
happened.
a mental illness, and you can't catch
That's
it
not what
from other
happened at
people.
all. He
Well,
had
that's the
a
thing I want to say
seizure.
Take your
also
medication
too.
regularly.
They thought
Listen
he's
to
not
the
a
seizures
mental
under
illness.
control.
That's
And
fine.
you should also make
of
sure you
course,
get enough sleep
but
too.
also too, they might
If you
think
have
their
any
mind is
questions about
psychosomatic
epilepsy, please
won't
talk to your
respond
doctor
for when my
or
body's
contact your
stressed.
local epilepsy association.
And when I get
Remember,
too
epilepsy
sugar
is
things,
just
that my
part of your
body might
life.
trigger it,
Don't let it stop you
and
being
so it
who
won't be
you want
stressed
to
for you,
be.
but yeah.
Anyway, back to Subway. He had a seizure, and yes, he had a bottle of Coke sitting with him, but we didn't just sit there and wait for the ambulance. You went over and helped him up. You looked after him.
Oh,
You
yeah,
put his
I
hand.
did too.
You put his shirt under his head so it wouldn't hit him. When he woke up, you told him it was okay. We went and talked to the Subway people. We got him some water instead of the cola he was drinking, and then told Subway to ring the ambulance because they weren't going to do it. That's what
That's
happened.
right. That's right. I completely forgot. There you go.
I mean, you've got wires super glued to your brain. Show us your wires again.
Shouldn't they give you like super brain power?
Yeah, they should make it better instead of forget things.
Nah.
I like how your super glue started to turn blue because of your hair dyes only just recently been done.
That's awesome. They weren't gentle either. They have to scratch your scalp with sandpaper
Oh.
or something, then alcohol.
Fucking hell.
Then they stick it on with super glue and then the tape.
You say they, but do you
and-
want to talk about the doctor? We were in a Geelong hospital, and you know how everyone looks like a doctor because they got doctor's clothes on. We went in to see her, who was sticking all the things on, and she looked like one of those old ladies that would sell you candles at the Saturday market. And she was...
That's probably her specific job. Is to just be like, I'm gonna do this.
She had no idea what she was doing.
I'm gonna throw. You already did. I'm gonna throw Geelong Hospital under the bus. She got there and she was going, "Where's the key?" As in, she learnt enough to know where the bits have to go, but she needed, the little cheat sheet to say that.
Look, I would rather I'd rather someone looking at a cheat sheet just to make sure they get it right, rather than just winging
but
it.
here's Geelong
she even
Hospital
got
didn't
it
give it to
wrong,
her, so she
though.
had no idea, and she got it wrong. She had to rip
Oh,
some of the super
Jesus.
glue off her head. I mean, you're not going to have much hair after this. And then
I
after
don't
ripping
have
about
hair
three,
anyway.
yeah, but after ripping 3 cables out, she then went, "Oh, I can just change them at the machine."
It was so bad, it hurt.
I'm sorry, Sam. That's really funny.
It is. It's
And the worst thing is, they
fantastic.
tell you to wash your hair beforehand and all that sort of stuff to make it all clean so things can stick on it.
Did
They
her hair
don't care
nicely.
about how your hair looks after, which is fine, but they could have made it look a little bit neater. But my God, it's freaking everywhere.
You would think that they would make a little bit of space for the wherever, stick it on, and then kind of put it back. No, she was just moving shit everywhere. And when we walked out, she had these bits sticking up everywhere. And it's okay now because
That's so
it's in a couple of
bad.
days. It's gone back down, but yeah. When you go to do your part, it's going to have reset.
Probably also worth noting though that this is probably not everyday shit.
It's not. I know, but still, it's traumatic experience.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
I'm going to have bald spots.
You already had bald spots.
I know, so it's going to be worse.
Now you can color them in, paint them,
Different
and you'll have
spots.
cool little rainbow spots on your head.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's an idea.
Or get something shiny, and you'll be like the rainbow fish.
I just get extensions in all colours.
That's what you got with the wires already.
Yeah, exactly. It's so pretty.
Colourful, lovely extensions. Oh, don't they look pretty?
Yeah, just keep those.
Just keep the wires.
Yeah, exactly. As I told Rob, I've got wire dreadlocks.
You can take the boxes back, but can you leave the wires in?
Yeah, exactly. I like it. Yeah.
How long have we been going? Did this take up enough time, or
I mean,
did I do bad?
it's not like we have a specific. I mean, some of our episodes early on 4 hours long.
Yeah, I
5
hated
hours
those.
long.
We already discussed it. Now it's a 2.
Now it's anywhere from 45 minutes to 2 hours,
That's
or
good.
3 hours if we have a long tape.
Anyway, I thought playing 2 tapes that were the same in a row would be funny, and it was.
It was amusing, and it also opened us up to having a nice chat during the second watch.
And seeing more
Definitely.
stuff that we didn't see the first time, which is always fun.
Definitely. I like the booklet.
Yeah, the booklet is dumb. Yeah.
It's good.
I like their cost-cutting measures. Their cost-cutting
definitely.
measures.
Yeah.
Let me say that right.
Especially not feeding them on the freaking picnic basket.
I mean, that's bullshit. If you're going to take people out into a field, onto a picnic blanket, you have to give them food. That should be the law.
Definitely.
Well, take them to any park. We should always have some sort of snack.
Right.
I always got muesli bars in my bag, so
Thankfully, the nearest, decent-sized park around here is right near the supermarket, so I can just go buy some sausages and,
yeah.
cook them up on the barbecue out there.
You used to do that with
Assuming-
Banshee.
Yes, summer's coming. We can start doing that sort of stuff again.
That'd be
In spring
amazing.
now, we can probably start doing it.
Yeah. Cool. Hey, got any ideas for any future episodes?
All I can think is that Halloween's coming.
Is there anything special this month? Do you know?
This month that's nearly over this month, or
Oh boy.
Yeah, it is.
Ooh.
Got
Alright,
wrestling coming up.
I think maybe a home movie next week.
home movie sounds fun.
Yeah, I've got one.
We took a bit of a break from home movies, so
Yeah, I've got a good one actually that I think would be fun to try kind of research. I was actually thinking of sending it off to the circus and seeing if he can do some research for me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
when's he coming down?
In a couple of weeks. Is
Maybe
it next week or you got to ask my diary, MzBat?
I think it's not this week, the week after.
There you go. And then we'll watch something
I think.
with him.
next week. I don't know. One of the weeks.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chris. We know when you're coming down. Just don't have my phone with me right now.
All right. You got anything else you want to say?
Thank you for watching.
Tired.
You tired?
I'm very tired. Thanks for coming on, MzBat. It's been awesome having
That's
you.
okay.
Oh,
Thank
Good
you.
to see you again.
The next 2 vlogs are both MzBat and I going around vlogging, so tune in.
Also,
for the
I'm
vlogging
very
things.
envious
Of?
of one of your finds.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
found one. Yeah, I haven't actually done
One
a
of my
vlog about it.
holy grails.
Yeah, I found one of your holograms. Hey, Christmas is coming up, so don't worry about it.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
I've already got you sorted for.
Cool. I'm just using thrift store finds.
I may as well be. It isn't, but I am.
Awesome. Things to look forward to for the next 100 episodes.
I'm excited.
All right. We going to farewell then?
Let's do it.
All right. Press the farewell buttons. Tune in next time to avoid late fees.
I like that.